Good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. I guess history. Sunday morning Trump tweets after, I guess, inside buying last night, 50-time levered, couple $100 million positions. Who does that unless they know? So 200-day simple moving average was tested, and that was the bottom for now. You got a bullish engulfing candle on a Saturday, and you got godlike follow through today. And what was the tweet? What was the tweet that Trump said? Or what did he say on the tweet? So it's not even like, it's just a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We're making America great again. And obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. That was tweeted, and the market went nuts. So what's cool, I guess, like, right? Well, Bitcoin, you didn't have much of an edge, right, with technicals or anything. There wasn't like a confirmation low at a key support or anything. But it was kind of interesting. Some of those altcoins, right, had some M shapes completing, but no one was buying. And it's like, well, what's it going to take? You know, how Bitcoin has to rally if they're going to be successful. And they've begun to rally. Some are just really random. I mean, XRP hit 196. That was a target area, right? That was a support. Perfect test. Rallied off of it, and now we're like nearing all-time highs. Not, 332 is the all-time high. We're at 285 right now, but it's up 30%. That's what's more crazy. Then you had Ethereum hit 2100 again. Okay, it's a support. It was either 2400, 2100. All right, and then you have Solana hit 130. That's a key inflection point, and we discussed literally on the stream yesterday. Hey, without a formal confirmation, like what happens historically above 130, 190, 190, 130, 130, 190. No liquidity in between those levels, so moves can happen, but a catalyst like this would make it real easy, I guess. So we'll look at those, and maybe that means that maybe there's opportunity on some of these alts. Okay, I know they're up 11%, 10%, 5%. some are up crazy. Like Cardano's up 50. It was up 55%. It's up 56% right now. So we'll just look at these, and maybe we'll eventually put in a higher high than the previous highs, because on the daily we haven't made a higher high yet, and we haven't made a higher low yet either. So that short-term downtrend has not been broken yet, technically, despite the euphoria, despite the movement, all that. We really want to see, right? You want short-term trend reversal signatures. We got to break 100K. All right. If we do break 100K and we did sell off, we didn't hold it, we would want to at least come and back test 93K, hold it as support, right? CME futures is going to be very interesting, as we got so close to filling that gap. We were off by like, what? I don't know, a few $100. And then the hammer, that red hammer came in, I guess. So very nice to see, like Trump, they had not talked about crypto at all since the executive order. Like not one peep of crypto came out of Trump's mouth or anyone in the administration's mouth until today. And there you go. All right. So good to see a lot of assets recovering after they broke supports and ran to the next levels. They hit the next levels. Like right, for instance, Doge. What did it do? Hit that support and bounced.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum up near the highs of the day, 12.82%. Right, hits 2,100. 2 days ago, hit its lowest price legitimately since November of 2023. It was over, man. But then just like that, wiping out the past 4 days of losses. But it's kind of sad. And maybe this will change, hopefully. Maybe they'll take it higher than this, because we're still going. It's not over yet, right? The rally is not ended, okay? Ethereum's still down. It's about 14% since Eric Trump told people to buy it. So, it'd have been a lot better if we could wake up and look and see it's up 10% from when he tweeted that, but we're not there yet. So it's still kind of, ugh. But okay. Still in a downtrend, right? Short term or mid term since December. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lowest low. Not making higher highs yet. You got to break 3K. You got to break the supply line. A lot of work needs to be done. So it's a great start. Hopefully this is the signal candle that begins it all. I hope so. But in terms of trend, reversal progress, you haven't really made any. But that's cool, all right? I mean, hype in the chat. Double-digit percentage gains today. That's awesome, man. All right, that's Ethereum, and not much. I mean, you could say like the M shape, 100% retrace. I think we had it on the other one, maybe not, but it's the XABCD. You're at those 88, 100% retrace levels. Reactions, reversals. Seems like those are better areas to be looking for reaction reversals than like not at the 886 100% retrace. So maybe we're starting to see some of that. Maybe that resolution's coming to pass. Okay, cool. Ethereum. What about Ethereum to Bitcoin, though? Maybe it's up a little bit. Yeah, it'd be up a little bit. See, still pretty terrible. I mean, right, what are they doing on Ethereum paired against Bitcoin? Because I just don't want people to get too ahead of themselves in this whole thing about, Ethereum's going to change the world. Well, not against Bitcoin, because it's just testing this inflection point that was support throughout February. It's being formally regarded for the first time as resistance of this entire multi-year downtrend. Come on, man. What are you doing? Right? 2.7 million Satoshis is support, resistance. It's just flipping to resistance again. Okay, well, maybe something changes. Maybe. But, okay, cool. All right, so then XRP, the one we got to look at, beautiful, 30% today. Incredible, godlike performance on a news-driven catalyst. Highest price we've seen on XRP since February 1st, so we're talking about 1 month highs. Wow, that's kind of crazy, right? In 1 month. How is that insane? That's so insane. In 1 month, XRP lost 42% of its value, and then it recovered 39%. Then it eventually from appreciating 39%, and then lost 20%, then rallied 20%, and then lost 30% of its value, and then today has rallied 34, 35% at the highs. I mean, that is psychotic. That is crazy price action. So you're not crazy to think, is this normal? This is absurd even for crypto, man. Like, this is wild. Like, in 1 month doing stuff like that. Yeah. My microphone is clipping. Chat, is my microphone clipping? I just moved it away. Maybe it was okay, audio check. Can we get an audio check? See, I ask every stream because I never know, and maybe this time it's bad. Crocus, you're putting too much into it. Never did I hate XRP. Now, I did discuss its technical inferiority for 5 years, 7 years, whatever. But then it broke to the upside. And again, I mean, the date of February, go back to the February 21st live stream. 196 was your target. We hit it. That's it. And then there's no edge. We don't know now. We have nothing to go by now once it hits that level. And random news catalyst tweets happen. And that's it. Okay, well. And then we can go to Solana. Hits a support level. I mean, below 190 is 130. They hit it. They hit the zone of inflection. What more could you ask for? There was no confirmation or anything. We just knew, hey, if you hold this level, 190 could be on deck. Well, we didn't get to 190, but we got to 180, 179.50. And it's not over yet, right? It could keep going. But there's just not much here until 189, 190. So you don't have to have an edge. An edge is a form of confirmation at key levels with divergence and all that. You didn't have it. I'm sorry, on the daily. It was just, you came down to the level and the bids came in. A catalyst occurred and you rallied off the lows. Nice. This is an edge. It takes time to develop an edge on the daily. There was not enough time for any sort of edge to develop down here. But hey, scalper's dream. It's beautiful. Just remember what happened less than 3 days ago. Less than 3 days ago, Solana made its lowest price since September 8th. And then rallied. So, pretty cool to see levels respected. BNB, another one of your largest cryptos out there, only up 2.7%. Maybe the candle low close would act as a confirmation low here. I'd like to see us break 640, 660, 690. I'd like to see a higher high. Maybe they're trying to put in the low now. You had an engulfing candle yesterday. You caught follow through today. Up against the 200 moving average. You know, it's not like an American crypto, but then there's a bunch of non-American cryptos that are doing crazy stuff today. So I don't really know what's going on with BNB, why it's lagging so bad behind. Same with Litecoin. Very, very disappointing on Litecoin. But there was kind of a more solid bearish argument on Litecoin just based on the technicals and what it was doing and risk management and stuff. And that hasn't even been invalidated yet, which is what? How could that happen? Litecoin's American, right? Isn't it? I mean, Charlie Lee. Mic pop filter. Dude, there is a filter on this thing. What are you talking about? No, I think it's just sometimes the mic, my mouth gets too close to the mic and I'll pop because of that. So yeah, not really too much to talk about on BNB. It's still below a lot of resistance supports. We'll break them maybe. Maybe they're putting in a low here. They're just going to manufacture a swing low at 567. Hey, I'd be down for it. Let's go to all-time highs. Fine. And then we can look at, those are your big ones. We just looked at all the big ones. Let's maybe go to Dogecoin. What's the total? And then we'll do Doge. Okay, total. Fantastic. Great technical development occurring on total market cap, where the buyers are recapturing the extremely important historical level, the zone from 2021. To recapture that's fantastic, but We need to confirm it. I mean, again, if you care about confirmation, some people are just like, don't care. I don't care about technicals. I just, hey, man, the tweet happened today and pumped the market, so technical analysis is bad. Like, what? Huh? What are you talking about? Like, you don't have to have an edge on the market for random pumps. You don't have to have an edge on the market for random dumps. But what's cool is some of these altcoins, they took us 3 months to get to some interesting levels, and maybe we're going to start seeing some real resolution off of it. But we probably have a supply line here too on total. You could be there, or even if you anchor like that, 1 and 2 and 3 and then 4, you're just maybe testing a supply line here. Gosh dang, man. Okay. So where did my Doge go? Doge, hello? One sec. Sorry, I've lost my Doge. What the heck? That's not it. Okay, there we go. So Doge, right? Right here, man. Doge, nice little hammer in the end. Red hammers are sketch, you know. They're not the strongest. You want green hammers, but that red hammer was there. And a nice rally today, up 13.2%, but only after what, man? Well, I'm saying, just like XRP, they had downside potential, and then they achieved their downside potential, and then they pivot there, and it's like people are losing their minds. Like, look, I mean, Doge, there it was. It was like, all right, perfect. Wow, hits the third target, right? A price reversal level, like a level where people will take profit. You know, it's up. It's not showing the new data where it's 23.4 cents. It's like right here now. But I mean, like, yeah, after those things happen, you don't have an edge when the asset gets to those levels, but you can't be surprised if things like this do happen. They've been getting wrecked, man. I mean, what did Doge, the value of Doge lost by the third target? 44% of its value lost in 45 days. No, I'm sorry, not 45% of its value lost in 28 days, less than 1 month. So yeah, eventually stuff like this will occur. So is it out of the downtrend? No. This one's disappointing. This one's not really exciting because have you reversed the trend? Have you made a higher low yet, discernibly? You made a higher high, discernibly? Not even close. I mean, you need to take out 28.8 cents to say we have a higher high, even locally. Are you above the 200 moving average? No. Well, what the heck, man? Why am I even live? I know, right? Nothing really changed on Doge, just a good green day today. Yeah, the crypto summit at the White House is coming, yeah. And there's rumor possibly that it'll be announced that there will be no capital gains on U.S. cryptos, but rumors, we don't know. And just like today, right? A tweet happened. Well, what happens? The crypto summit runs up, leading up to the summit. We sell off like the executive order. Did we pump on the executive order day? God, no. It was the top. It was literally the top. And Bitcoin lost over 25% of its value since Trump signed that executive order that he tweeted about today. But yeah, Bitcoin up almost 10% and really above 90K is spectacular. But I really would like to see a supply line broken, 100K broken, or maybe a back test to 90K formally to hold it to reconfirm it as support. It's such a real level, man, right? So this, this happens when you don't have forms of confirmation. Things like this occur, and it's just kind of a reaction, a reactive move to a catalyst. So, all right, Doge, and then we'll see Cardano. My God, Cardano is the craziest one. The craziest one, man. 64 cents was so real of a level, and they were breaking it. 64 cents. It's so real. Like if you don't hold that, you're doomed. I mean, intraday you were doomed. You almost ran straight to the next support on the 3rd anyway of February. And so, yeah, I guess a low, then the lower low, the bullish and golden candle yesterday, recapturing on a Saturday. Like, right, I got things going on. I'm not looking at Cardano on my Saturday all the time. Sometimes I do, I guess, but yeah, recaptured, but not the 200, and then just news. And look, you're breaking a supply line that goes back to December 3rd. This is spectacular. I mean, it was up nearly 70% maybe at the highs. Yeah, this is probably the centerpiece because, you know, all right, we know about XRP and Garlinghouse and, you know, Vitalik's a communist, but it's the 2nd largest crypto ever, you know, Solana. But then Cardano, though, tweeted. I mean, Trump tweeting about your crypto beanie baby. It's going to do things like this. So this is not even one of your largest cryptos out there, I don't think. What is it? What is it ranked? It probably will be soon. That's for sure. Yeah, we know that 50-time levered guy was an insider. It was a Trump insider for sure. Like that was an information. So what are we going to do next time we see something like that? Okay. We're about to get a tweet tomorrow. Yeah, this is actually almost 6 God candles in one today. Right, a God candle we would consider a 10% candle. So yeah, almost 6 on a Sunday, God's day, the Lord's day. Okay, Cardano killed it. Oh my God. But then there were others, like we looked at XRP already. IOTA, what? IOTA's a US crypto. You didn't know that. It never hit an 886, it hit the 786, but 786 had support. 20 cents below the 200. It was the lowest daily candle close confirmed since late November. But hey, defended it, and what a pump. It hit, what did it run to? It ran to the next support resistance, which was 31 cents. My God. It hit 31 cents and has lost almost 17% of its.
I tricked the leftoids into hating crypto, and then I pamp it to the moon. You are welcome, fam.
What's up, Colorado? Treda, thank you, dude. Yeah, so, all right, huge move on IOTA because it's probably US based. Pepe coin up 16%. But man, is there anything about Pepe coin that is spectacular technically yet? Not yet. I mean, maybe they're confirming a bottom with a slightly lower low here, but you got to get back above 99,000, 108,000. You got to recapture the demand line that goes back to April of last year. A lot of stuff has to be done on Pepe. I'm just looking at it because it was a big gainer. All right. Chainlink was up 15 point. It's up. I mean, they broke support, and what did see? Like, it's just like XRP. They just take it to the next support and they test it, they hold it, and then news. Trying to recapture the 200. Trying to recapture 1642, another inflection point. But again, has the trend reversed yet? Nah, you got to make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's got to be consecutive. You don't have it yet. So it's cool though. And it's very cool that we're doing things today. And then there's stuff like, well, we were just.
Carl tipped $25. Hey Mitch, will you take a look at our frog for an APU?
Apu Staja. Can't remember. I can't believe I remember that. Carl, thank you. Yeah, we can look at Apu coin. Just give me a minute to get through some of these. I do want to look at the, a lot of the Beanie Babies today because, like, the M shapes were there. They were trying to do something. They were still sitting there for like maybe a month. I think Avalanche was one. Nah, well, kinda. 886. If they don't hold this level, you're doomed. Like we just knew it was death or glory, and they defended it. And now you're rallying, and this could very well run to $29, $30. Like, why not? That's what happens historically a lot. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, okay. But then one's cost isn't really great yet. It's not really anywhere that's that special. But then stuff like VeChain, my God, it's like freaking amazing. It's like the 886 once and then twice. But yeah, there's just so much work that needs to be done. But it's at least, at least on these, there's a framework there. At least we can say, hey, is that a type 1, type 2? I don't even know if it's a type 2 reaction because I don't think you got near deep enough. See, you didn't even make a 23% retrace. Well, I guess you did from this low to high. That's not how it works, though. The hump that gives you the discernible peak between the two valleys needs to be a 382, and you didn't do that. But so, okay, maybe they're still working on the type 1 reaction on VeChain, okay? This is all the type 1. So it's a good start, right? It's up 12.6%, but man, there's just so much more that needs to be done. But it's cool to react when we were just not. The 886 type 1 reaction may be beginning. Because you technically didn't even hit the 886 there. It was real close, but there you see it. Fantastic. Beginnings, maybe. Then stuff like, you can't believe it, EOS? Yeah, dude. No way. It's not just the fact that it's a perfect 88% retrace. It's the fact that there's this 52.59 cent level, all-time lows, old ones, 2023. It's being defended. And it's holding support. And it's just like, I guess stop loss below 50 cents if you want, right? Again, this isn't a flash in the pan situation. This has been going on for 118 days. Maybe 120 days, whatever. The development of this M shape visible on the daily. So that's good. XLM. A little bullish hammer after testing the 200 is crazy. Untouched supply line, they're trying to break it, trying to break some sort of supply line. In the end, I guess, right? They made it happen real fast. Divergence. But your lowest low of correction's been going on, I guess, since early December. Lower highs, lower lows, lowest low. But hey, at least you're recapturing 30 cents. You're good above 30 cents. But I just want to see confirmation. I want to see, like, if these assets are recapturing levels like Bitcoin, I do want to see this. I want to see that. I want to be able to say, hey man, me and all these people around the world together, we all see that confirmation low, that higher low. The accumulation argument comes into play. The back test makes it perfect for strategizing entry stop loss with max upside. I would just like that. So we're trying to recapture levels today. Then this week could be maybe confirm those levels that we're recapturing as support. Stuff like, it's just unending. All right, I even think what Shiba was, it was just like sitting there at the 88% retrace, and it would also support. We knew if it didn't hold 1300, it was doomed. It was like you're going to lose half your value, but they're defending it again. But it's not. It could be the beginning, right? This could be the signal candle. Look, man, if you wanted to try to, like, again, Bitcoin has not made a higher high, nor has it made a higher low in over a month. And that does not change today. Just because we're up a lot, there has not been a higher high. You have to break 100K, preferably 103. If you don't break 100K and you're going to sell off, you better, sure as heck, make a higher low than 80K, 78K, whatever. And then run again and then make a higher high. But I'm just thinking here, like, okay, you have the framework that's kind of presenting itself maybe with the type 1 reaction here. The engulfing candles occurring at support. So it's like if you were wanting to take a shot on something like this, you just your stop is now at 1284, I guess. And you're just waiting for it to run to the next resistances. But it is kind of crazy. The gap is coming, man. We still got 2.5 hours till that gap. Yeah, futures are coming, man. You just gotta wonder. It was great, but in a technical sense, we just haven't done anything in terms of reversing a trend. The interesting part about the technicals are these lesser than alts that are completing M shapes over 100 days and are at those reversal entry levels. So nice on Shiba. There are other ones too, I could imagine. Well, yeah, I looked through some of them. YFI, it's like, what's YFI? Dude, they have fixed supply, you know? But dude, just look at it. It's the M shape, but it's not just the M shape where it's completing. It's completing at this level that is so undeniable, right? It's so real. July 2022, November 2022. Look at it, 2023. It's been support. 2024, it's been resistance before dumping, but then rallying because it was garbage sell-off. And then look, the date of November 9th of last year, they recaptured the key level. I mean, they never confirmed its validity as support after recapturing it until the date of February 3rd. So it took like 3 months, and then the market participants finally got that form of confirmation they needed that, oh, resistance support is flipped to support. And now we've got an entire freaking month of nothing at the support holding. And you got an engulfing candle, but you're not making any higher high than the highest high from mid-February. So it's like, it's really pretty because we've seen structures like this, how they look here. And you give it enough time, eventually they do hit the top points of the harmonics. So it's impressive. But man, you gotta, if this was the bottom, there is so much upside. It would be like 11K. It would be 7,400, 7,450, and then 11K after that, and then probably 14K after that. That would be 3 targets. But I just don't know. Like, if is YFI, there are 36 million scam coins now, cryptos. And so it's like, is there enough liquidity for YFI to get enough to actually get to those targets if this M shape's going to play? I don't know. Ones like KSM, same thing. It's like a beautiful M shape completing. And you're just at that type 1 reaction level, and you're not really reacting yet, but you are consolidating. You're going sideways. I mean, these are levels. Look, I mean, stop loss below 1672 if you ever wanted to take a chance on it. Yeah, the issue is just so much chop everywhere, the support resistance. But look, if you were just a harmonic trader, I mean, your targets are way higher. So that's like Bitcoin, there wasn't an edge, you know. It was just, it rallied, and then the tweet from Trump. But then these altcoins are like, dang, man, there's actually an argument for maybe higher prices if the M shapes are respected. If the bids come in after the M shape's complete, then there's upside potential. Less downside potential than upside. And you can go on and on. There's more and more of these. Like Dash was one, I think. Look at Dash. It's at all-time lows, right? And it's been at all-time lows since June 2023. But it's just interesting when you see an M shape complete at critical supports. And they've been trying, and they're trying again, and now you're engulfing today, and it's like, what would you just set a stop loss up? Probably below risk tolerance, like none. Okay, $25 below 25 to stop, you know, because the whole, if you went long on this today, you would only be longing the engulfing candle, I guess. So if the engulfing candle becomes invalid, your argument, you're like, nope, I don't want to own it anymore. So you'll take a couple dollars of a loss per coin, but your upside could take you to $38, $39 minimum. So it's just, I mean, what do you do? Do you want to long the altcoins because the M shapes are completing at key levels? But can you trust it because Bitcoin hasn't given us an actual technical event in terms of a true trend reversal? Remember, I mean, I could paint it out for you. If you look above my head, here's the highest high ever. Here's the executive order. Here's a lower low. Here's a lower high, or lower low, lower high. Lower highs. Lower low, lowest high so far, for now. So trend is still short term, not up. Like if you care about the definition of what a trend actually is. So what do you think? I mean, are you gonna long? I mean, look at comp. It's crazy. The M shape completed. It almost looks like locally 1 and 2, and they're engulfing today. It's like, do you take your shot here after all these higher lows? What would your stop loss just be at, like $46? I guess. Probably the only way to play it, which is good. It's like they're up. Oh, it's 7.85%, but like relative to where, if you're a harmonic trader, relative to where this asset would go if it actually played out and got decent performance, it has not moved at all, right? If it was actually just gonna perform pretty well, you're looking at like 100% upside, which is wild. So you feel like you missed today. Well, don't feel too bad because there might be opportunity on these alts that didn't really do anything, but they're still at maybe levels that are reasonable for an entry and a stop loss. Okay. And it's all over the place. I mean, all these M shapes have been here. We've been looking at them day by day, but every day that's gone by, they're just not catching any bids. And then we can look at storage, it's up almost 7%. Dude, I mean, it's like you could long this and have a stop probably like 29 cents. It's at 35 cents, I know, but like, look what's happening. Remember, it's not about the daily, even though the daily looks great. Like the daily is strong and has its own little argument because you can see a local low here, and that's a very real peak, and then a second low. Like storage might be a great setup because you know why? It's not the daily, it's the weekly that is unreal. Where like bullish divergence developing on the type 2 return, and the type 2 return just happens to be at this unreal support level. So risk management wise, your upside's 75 cents in this situation. So if you missed the first run, you got a couple times testing that second time now. And now sellers looking maybe exhausted on one oscillator. But then the daily, like you can't even see on the daily that locally here, there's like some sort of little double bottom occurring at this inflection point. So what's up, Anonymous? Let's go.
Anonymous tipped $100. Dealer's choice. Highest probable trade setup for S coins.
Well, I mean, again, we look at these M shapes because they're historically very, they increase your probability of a reversal. Your downside potential is just not great when you have M shapes completed with confirmation. So it's like it sucks because, hey man, there was a trade setup back here and target 1 was 75 cents. It hit it within like a week, right? And then we never saw it again, really. Okay. It was target 1 of 3. So it's like, all right, well, we're back to like entry of that old trade setup that only hit 1 of 3 targets. And it's like, okay, well, weekly wise, I mean, wouldn't it be like the easiest thing in the world? It'd be like literally a joke to just, oh, look, I mean, that's it. Like target 1 would, on storage right there like that. I mean, it's that simple. When you get the framework completely developed and you're at the actionable area, it's the easiest thing in the world to construct a trading plan. You get it? When you're chopping around, you're all over the place, it's very tough to like construct an argument. It's like, well, is your argument very strong? Do you really have an edge? Is your probability actually higher? You've got actual forms of confirmation and positive price action correlation at this level locally and lately since February to now. Okay. I mean, it could be literally this simple. I would think target 2 would be like that, like the top of the harmonic, and then your third target's 163 again. I think that's the old third target anyway. I mean, there you go. Anon. I mean, it is that friggin' simple. If we would look, okay, there's not much difference between this and this. There is really not much difference at all. This is a Gartley. It's not a shark. Different harmonic, okay? But the fact that it's the same principle of like you're getting a very real form of confirmation at a key level, and you're getting divergence on that type 2 return on the weekly. Same thing. I'm not even talking about what happened on ACH. That's crazy, dude. Old support resistance flipped to support, I guess. So it's the framework, man. It doesn't mean it's certain that it's going to play out. We don't know, but we just go with it, and we know our downside's minimal, our upside could be very high. Okay. There you have it. Just like that. Not many others as compelling of an argument for real than storage in terms of weekly development of a type 2. Right, if you go back to like YFI, you can barely even see the M shape. It's just a daily M shape. But yeah, I mean, if you just look here, listen, right? Support, it's support. They're holding support. I mean, that is such a lower risk area. Look, it's coming after a 67% drawdown in 63 days and 2 months. And then there was never one time where traders settled up on the weekly below this support. And now as of this week, they are holding that level as support. So it's like, that would be just, you know, this could be Google, Amazon, Nvidia, gold, silver, cocoa futures, the euro to the pound. I don't care. It's all universal. Like if an asset does something like this and then you start seeing price action positively correlate to a level where it has reversed before, that's how you construct a plan. A stop loss, an entry, and then take profits at the highs again. So it's stupidly range bound, but it's at the bottom of the range with buyers defending the level. So, right, just another, again, this is just like TA 101, range bound trading, right? Simple. Just something like this. I mean, you know, you can't take profit there. It's way too low. It's not equitable. You need 3 to 1. I mean, simple, very simple. Don't you buy low, you sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Why not? Buy low, sell high. But we'll see, right? Bitcoin still very elevated, over $94,000. It's up $8,000 off the Trump tweet. Someone, and then yeah, again, we got the Andromeda galaxy that we've not been able to see. Like we were close, November 2023. You just could manage your risk here optimally, and you could possibly have stupid upside potential if these play out, which they haven't yet. But here we were in September, October of 2024 at the same point where we had these M shapes that had completed but had not yet rallied. And guess what happened? They eventually rallied. Like for instance, Cardano, great day today, of course. But I mean, this was here. This was identified. Before this move happened, this M shape was plotted and talked about and discussed, and there was a lot of chop there, but eventually look at the resolution of the M shape. It happened, if you were patient, at the 886 Sharks completion zone. So Cardano's still not making a higher high yet on the weekly, but maybe soon. There were a decent amount of these, right? There wasn't just the only one. Storage was one, of course, but it didn't really go crazy. Like GRT was a great example of, like, look, I mean, this is all here, identified, and it didn't really perform that great. It hit like maybe one target, you know, May 20th last year high, and then look what it's maybe doing. They're maybe putting in possibly a type 2 return of this bullish Gartley. But it's too early. It's like the absolute basement bottom where it's at such a potentially great area that you don't even know if it's going to play out. But that means, like, if it did play out, you would have the absolute maximum upside. I mean, over 100% upside if it was going to actually confirm a bottom. This is what gives you the two valleys, the peak here. Type 2 return, possibly. Very early. But both of these lows for now are higher than this low from October 2023. VeChain was another great example of, like, you know, we're looking at the daily now on a lot of these, but the weekly is where, I mean, these were 1 year large M shapes, so we're only looking at 3 month large M shapes currently on the daily. But in the end, nothing really changes, right? It was like the M shape was here, It was at the space-time continuum. We knew it. It was beautiful because the inflection point from history was being tested when it was completing after a year of development, and then it finally launched and played out. And now, you know, on lesser timescales, we're seeing M shapes very similar to what we had identified on the weekly. And VeChain actually has that, right? It's kind of crazy. Okay, we had someone wanted Apu, what is it? Apu, hold on. Apustaja, that's what it is. Well, you know, here's the thing about it. It was never able, see, because, you know, you get into major crashes and sell-offs and then like assets that are just jokes. Some of them are like this, and it fell below the 886. In fact, it went kind of like 101% retrace. It made a lower low than what we made in September last year. So no accumulations, unfortunate, like VeChain or a few other ones we've been looking at. But hey, they recapture 2,000 or 2. What is that? 2/10, 2/100ths of a penny. Yeah, 2/100ths of a penny. Man, that could be the lowest risk area ever. I mean, we'd really want something like this. If you got something like that, so again, if they recapture a level, they need to reconfirm it. If they reconfirm it successfully with favorable price action, I mean, there could be insane upside. I mean, it could be going right all the way back up to 8.6/100ths of a penny. So M shapes there, exceeded the completion zone, but not completely invalid or anything. And so yeah, you're just testing an old all-time low as resistance right now. It's up 26.84%. I can barely tell. It just happens. 100K coming tonight? Oh really? I mean, dude, it hasn't really stopped. So I just want to see us make some sort of, I want a technical event to occur. One is occurring today, and it's the recapturing of the unreal support resistance at 90K, 92K. So that's good. That's one good event occurring. But man, I want a higher high. I want a higher low. I want a supply line broken. I want to break 100K. The higher highs are here. People are currently wrecked in shorts. I mean, again, dude, like, how? Like, the target areas for most of these were hit. Okay. Like XRP, like below this level was a 196 target. Well, it went to 196. So who would be shorting XRP at 196 at that point? That'd be really dumb. Like, what? Why? Why would you be short at 196 after the drawdown occurred and you got max downside potential? The downside potential, all of it occurred. So yeah, and the one Litecoin that like had an argument for downside, it's still valid. Now, yeah, someone would be like reaccumulation, but at the same time, before a crypto tweet, you know, like you're back testing a support resistance from December as resistance. You bearish engulfed yesterday. And, you know, until you recapture 132, or I think really you need to break 138. But why is this one not moving? Why is it not? It should be up 10, 15% like everything else, and it's not. So, valid argument for a short seller below 131 with a tight stop at like 132.50, right? You see people like in here talking about shorts are wrecked. It's like, you know, if people are short, they have stop losses, right? Just like someone being long, if the asset fell below a threshold, then they would get stopped out if they did it right. So it's like people be wrecked. It's like, no, they would lose, you know, somewhat if they were shorting at a reasonable level. Like Litecoin would be a reasonable level. But something like XRP, in Doge, I mean, like they played out And then they reversed at levels where shorts would probably cover, not be going fresh short. Pure refund, dude, we don't know. We just don't know, okay? We don't act like we know if something will do something. That's what I try to say that like every stream. We don't act like we know where an asset's going next. Even if, right, we could construct an argument, our argument can be completely invalidated with new pieces of data that come in. And guess what? Today, a new piece of data came in that is great, but got to have a higher high, got to have a higher low on Bitcoin. So they're working on it though, right? This is progress for sure to get there. I don't know, man. Kind of talked about a lot of cryptos now already. There are other ones out there with these like M shapes. Can't remember if Uniswap had one or not. And it never got to the 886 completely. It got down there, but yeah, this holding. They retested these lows from February 3rd, and they're kind of bouncing. But really, like that's nothing. It's like it didn't do anything. It's up 10% today, but in the grand scheme of things, it's only recapturing the past 3 days of price action. You know, it's still lower than it was 4 days ago. Well, Algo pumped. It broke back above a key level. If, you know, someone was short on that, that thing was right there. Yeah, that's the threshold. You know, that's tough. Like it was a good start, but then what do, man? Random tweets on Sunday mornings? Market pumps? Okay, yeah, well. So it's still though, like, right? They still have to really recapture 28.6. They're testing it, but are they gonna hold it? I don't know, right? You would think we would be 16 cents. Still makes the most sense for a level, but this thing reversed at a level where it almost never reverses. It's never pivoted as support in the history of Algo at this level. February 3rd and the 26th. So it was a newly manufactured level where we've seen a more significant rally, but have you made a higher high yet? Nah. What was the most recent event? Well, the lowest low of the correction. So one higher high, one higher low.
Hey Mitch, could you take a look at really a network?
Dr. Ape, so we have like, it's like a request minimum. Look, dude. So okay. It's the second of the month, by the way, and I never do this. But remember, I have a team that I pay to help this community, like, stay of the utmost quality. Okay. So, go to Patreon. Got a premium Discord membership, the Citadel Patreon. Okay, it's the second of the month, second best day to join the Patreon. The link is pinned in the chat. Okay. So I don't advertise, okay, anything. I don't monetize. You don't watch advertisements when you watch this stream. It's free. I try to be education centric, so I try to teach for free on this stream. So it's like, if you want to support that, you can, you know, and if you want me to look at an asset for real, $25 request in lieu of ads and affiliate marketing and rug pulls and stuff, you know. Well then, yeah, that's the catch, right? So you can join the Patreon/Citadel. It's the best way to support this community. Get trade setups, access to my charts, education, access to premium Discord chat. You just get more access to my teachings and me. So, yeah. Second of the month, second best day to join the Patreon. So, and thank you so much to all the people that have renewed. Thank you, Lawn Buds. Thank you, Dr. Abe. It's all good, dude. I mean, again, like if people are newer, that's what I say. Like I'm not like screaming or yelling or being mean. I'm just like laying it out. Because if you're new and you don't know, then you didn't know that I'm 100% crowdsourced for 7 years. For sure, you didn't know that. So real quick though, We have had a tremendous amount of renewals today and yesterday. Victor T, thank you for joining the Patreon. Demetrios Y, thank you for joining the Patreon. Hertker, thank you for joining the Patreon. Jesse Sanchez, Keith Alt, Scott T, thank you all for joining the Patreon. Thorstone, thank you for joining the Citadel / Patreon. Same thing, premium Discord membership. Thank you this morning. Shady 3.0, thank you for joining the Patreon. 369 Wick Hunter, thank you for joining the Citadel / Patreon first time ever this morning or yesterday morning. MH, thank you for the 6 months continued support. Brozor, thank you for the 3 months continued support. Cetra, thanks for 4 months continued support. Stu0022, thank you for the 23 months continued support. Thank you, dude. The Road, thanks for the 2 months continued support. In case of success, thanks for the 3 months continued support. Primate, thank you for the 5 months continued support. Ozcan, thank you for the 17 months continued support. Ed D, thank you for joining the Patreon. That's small. Hold on. What the heck? I'll get my reading glasses out. Arm Barn, thank you for renewing for the 9 months now. I have my books. Thank you for the 16 months. RN, thanks for 3 months. J-Dog, thanks for 3 months. Dow Jones, thanks for 17 months. Blinders Off, thanks for 13 months. Upgrade, thanks for the 3 months continued support. Schley, thanks for the 4 months continued support. Imenen, thank you for the 5 months continued support. Logan B, thank you for joining the Patreon. All right, and then all the unsung renewals on Patreon, thank you all too. Y'all's names just don't pop up on the thing, so I really appreciate that. Okay, so thank you so much for all the support of this 100% crowdsourced stream. Okay, so much love. Basic attention token, it was another one. It was just like, oh my god, there's an M shape out of support, but no one's buying, and they started buying today, but in the end it's barely moved. In the end, it's trading at its highest price since February 24th. That was like a week ago.
Should I buy now?
What's up, Sully, man? Thank you, dude. Super chat. Should I buy now? Yeah, good question, man. Well, remember, I mean, it's a great news pump with no real technical argument. Again, a technical argument is you have a framework where you can have optimal risk management and an edge where there's a greater than coin flip chance that the asset would be reversing. And Bitcoin didn't have that this weekend. It just didn't. It was coming off a massive drawdown, hit the 200, and that was it. Maybe a hammer reversal candle at the 200. But that's not strong enough of an argument to be like, oh yeah, we have a greater than 50% chance that Bitcoin's going higher, impending. So without an edge, flip the coins. So the coin landed on the side with Trump's head on it. Oh, it's a tweet. Pump it. So stuff like basic attention token, right? It's an M shape completing. It's at a support from history. Someone could construct a trading plan here. The stop loss either going to be right below where it pivoted at 15 cents, 15.6 cents. Or they can have a looser stop at 14 cents. And your target would be 29 to 31 cents. Like, that'd be it. Like, someone could try to play it like this if they wanted. Like, either this or this, depending on your appetite for losses. But your target's simply that. Because history shows you eventually what happens. When buyers defend the level, straight up, down, up, down, up, down. Look, look how many times up and down. So some of these alts have it where we could do this. You could try it. You give it a shot.
Anonymous tipped $26.26. Can you take a look at ICP3D?
UCP and 3D. Wow. Very good. Okay, so yeah, we can ICP 3D up 8.6%. One that had lost a key level but is recapturing it today. An M shape, nah, no accumulation argument. Just trading the same price was trading at July 5th of last year. So the better ones are going to be, I think, the ones maybe that are showing those 88% retraces for sure, like VeChain and like BAT we just looked at. It is an 886 YFI. They have 886s for real. This one did not. Like 886 means like, right, it's lost 88% of its value from the previous low to high. So that would be representative of more market participants involved with the asset than before. On something like this, there is no evidence of more than before. There would be just be the same as before, which was 7-8 months ago. But at the same time, buyers are recapturing a 680. It's kind of a level. I plotted here, yeah. I mean, if they recapture this level for real, the consequences could be the same as they had been in history, where the upside potential above 680 from where it is right now, it could be another 32% upside, or you know what I'm about to do. It could be another
32.33 repeating, of course.
Upside potential, right? If a buyer's recapture level, you will want confirmation tomorrow. Like, okay, they close it like this, and then we sell off and we back test, and the buyers defend 680 as support, and you bounce off that level. That would be incredible. That's a form of confirmation. That makes your argument stronger for a chance of $99.28. All they're doing today is recapturing the level. So you want 3-day though. Okay, we'll get 3-day. Yeah, Jack. Here you go. He wants the 3-day. On the 3-day, no form of divergence at all, right? It'd be bearish convergence. But in the end, same thing. Buyers are recapturing that level from history. Look, the candle closes. You can see it is a massive level. Reversal destroyed, right? Even the bearish back test on April of 2023. See that? It's so real of a battleground area. So if they recapture it, consequences show you. Like, history shows you price where it goes. So if it stays above 680 long enough, your target is 930 to 980. Jack. Does that make sense? Now, again, right? If the buyers are unable to keep the price propped above 680 long enough, you fall back below it, well, all of a sudden, your argument could be easily $5, 460. It's all dependent on the data, and the data we're receiving today on a Trump pump is the recapture in a key level. But we don't have forms of confirmation yet. But there could be max upside if this holds. Jack, does that make any sense? 3-day chart. You wanted it. I'm looking. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spinning my wheels. I'm talking. I'm not sure if I'm getting through. Like, some people just not getting it. Like, okay, man, Trump pumped, therefore TA isn't real or something. It's like, how does that work? That doesn't even make sense. It is literally, we are navigating the financial waters, okay? We have our compass and we have the stars. That's the TA. That's like we're looking for structural developments, consolidation phases, the tail end of the consolidation phase, and favorable price action at key levels. If you have that, you got a good argument for a reversal, and you can manage your risk optimally. Without those things, you're just flipping coins. Bitcoin was a coin flip. It flipped today. Pump. Okay, Jack, we're good. Okay, but get it? It's all about 680. 680, man. They can hold it, my God, 920, 980. If not, 510, 460. Okay. It's progress, man, a little bit. But yeah, we need more from Bitcoin. I know you don't even want to hear that. People don't want to hear it. They want to say the trend is reversed. We're good now. Technically, no, not yet.
Can you take a look to PLSX on Pulse Chain, ticker PLSXDAI? Richard wanted to thank you very much. Daily bearish buttfly played out. Possible bullish bat XABC route D on the 4 hours. Orange man good.
Red Will, thanks for the orange contribution. Kind of interesting, right? Yeah, we'll just do that now. DAI, right? Yep. They said DEI. I was going to be like...
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Yeah, well, Pulse X got that type 2, 3, got a type 4 return, I guess, right? But the most important thing about Pulse Chain is the trend, right? Like, we just looked at ICP that was like making lower lows, or the same lows at least. I guess this one was too, but it was all about this 29-23 level. This old resistance. They kept testing. They're holding it. It really has just been stuck. But all 4 of these lows definitively, well, not this one, the wick low, but where the candle closes. All these candle closes have been higher than the candle closes we got November 5th. So anything above 29.23, I think you're good for, well, again, they're almost there today. It's like either 2,900 or 5,600, 5,669. Then you probably just say like 6,800 and then candle close 8,400. So those are your levels. Your trend's reversed, right? Here's your low here. All these lows here are higher than this low. So there's more than before, not by much at the time, September 2024. But now all of a sudden we keep making higher lows.
Monday should be wild. Largest economy on the planet might be starting a crypto space race.
Static Trading, thanks for the 5 super chat. We'll see. We will see. It always, like, right, in these moments, you are overwhelmed with emotion, euphoria, and FOMO. And just like at the lows, you're filled with despair. The selling will never end. So, but the one thing you must keep in mind is we just don't know. That's why technicals are, I think, a good compass to have. Until we're breaking 100K, we're not making a higher high. And until we're selling off and pivoting higher than 80K, we're not making a higher low yet. And when you have a trend reversal, I think you have a stronger argument for way higher prices, but you don't have to have it. It can just happen randomly. You can flip a coin and all of a sudden we're at 108K by tomorrow or something. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Pulse Chain, good trend. Trading above the 200. Moving average, probably the 50 as well. Yep, look at that. Above the 50, the 200. The closer you get to 2,900 at this point, the easier it's going to be to... I mean, you probably your best level for some more value, I guess. But it has been spinning its wheels since November, like almost everything else. But yeah, I do like all these are higher lows than this low. There's still more than before, but when higher highs, when more than before on the upside. When are we going to break the December 3rd high? What's up, Bird Peter? Thank you for the 50.
Let's see LTC/BTC, maybe on the weekly. She's a long way from 4-to-1 fungibility. It's just science.
It's just science, you say? Hold on, I gotta... Litecoin to Bitcoin. We shall see, all right? Yeah, Red Will, again, this is for you. It's up 11.68% today. Going for its highest daily candle close since the 12th of February, so it's not that crazy. But the trend's good. You're in a good trend for now. Okay, that's all I can say. Good trend. Yeah, with the lawsuit getting dropped, I think that's really good probably for Pulse. I mean, can't be surprised. Way higher. They keep this up. They keep this trend up, it'll eventually break higher. So then on total, remember, like this supply line here, they're just up against it.
Anonymous tipped $25. Thoughts on chain flip/USDT KuCoin exchange? Bullish Gardley on daily and lower time frames? Second Baptist of PCZ 886.
So it probably looks like Dash or Basic Attention Token or VeChain right now, maybe. All right, we'll look at it. We've got to look at Litecoin and Bitcoin first, and we'll go to it right after. Thank you, dude. Much love, man. Banon. The unsung hero. So, ugh, good God. The weekly looks like just, oh, man. Not more than before. No accumulation. I mean, what is it that you're asking? A long way from 4-to-1 fungibility. It's not perfect. I don't know what that means. Chat, what does that mean? Litecoin to Bitcoin's down 6.16% today. Litecoin, was one of the strongest looking of the altcoins. But it also had a bearish argument because it's testing resistance and putting in a lower high and all these other little things about it. But like when a Bitcoin, it's near its lowest level ever. So I'm not really seeing any double bottom or three rising valleys or anything. Are you seeing the M shape here? There's like a extension pattern. 1272. I guess it's a crab, but crabs are 1618. It's not 1272. So you wanted the weekly. I'm looking at your weekly here. This is bad trend, right? Like you're looking for higher highs, higher lows consecutively and locally, and you just don't have anything. You're not even close to testing the previous swing low that was the lowest candle close in history back in June 2023. You've already wiped those out. So I don't see anything about this that's great. I don't think Litecoin's gonna like long-term outperform Bitcoin. This will probably be trending the same way for a long time, and maybe Litecoin gets its day where it does this. But what happens? It does that. Okay, Litecoin's up 20% on US dollar pairing, and it runs up the same on Litecoin and Bitcoin. Then what happens? It eventually just does this, because the trend is your friend, and you don't fight the trend. Okay. So I'm just meh. ETF will help it in the short term, but guess what? Who's got a running start on ETFs and inflows? Bitcoin. So we've been live now 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream and the pump today, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. I hope it's something that will sustain, that will usher in some sort of short-term trend reversal on Bitcoin. I do hope. I want that. Like, people get the misconception that, like, because there's not an edge on the market, or there's bearish price action correlation to key levels, that you think I'm praying and wanting the price to go down. That's definitely not the case for Bitcoin. Like, I want Bitcoin to go up all the time for the rest of our lives. It's in my best interest, okay? So, but without an edge, you know, it's just coin flips. And today was a coin flip that landed on a Trump side of the coin. And that's okay. DeMills, that's not new at all, right? Okay. I think it was the flip coin. Flip for Anonymous. This will be the most recent request on KuCoin. He says chain flip. What about chain link? The links aren't as good as the chains. What's going on? Well, we've been here before. I guess we got resolution, and then it was over. Resistance support became resistance at reset. Yeah, been a while. I don't even remember the last time I was here, but we've been here. So something like this. You got a candle low close here. Dude, this is a crap coin. A bullish Gartley, you say? Gartley. On lower time frames. Oh, you're probably talking about here, but that's not even an 886, 786, huh? I would just look at it like this. Forget the Gartley on the lower time scales, dude, right? Just think about, all right, if you give a crap about chain flip, I think 90% of the people in here, 95, 98%, didn't even know chain flip was a thing. I guess that's like your, you know, you go to the grocery store and there's like Fruit Loops, and you're looking at the Fruit Loops, and you go to the bottom and there's like, what's it called? Like they're like Fruit Loops, but they're generic, and there's like a picture of a monkey on the bag, and it's not even a box. It's like a bag of generic Fruit Loops. Like, that's chain flip. You got chain link, cereal, and you got chain flip, generic. Okay, so it's up 5% today. I guess what we could do is just look at this 81 cent level and understand it's real, right? Support, and they're trying to defend it. Yeah, Fruitos, whatever it was called, Timu, Chainlink. There you go. So below that level, there's no reason to own the asset. It would be a bad idea because you're probably going to 62.50 cents, and you better believe it on a scam coin like this. But hey, if they're giving, if it just all it took was Trump tweeting, and these altcoins are gonna start bottoming now, you could manage your risk. Your stop loss would probably be at like 77 cents, and your upside would be pretty insane. I mean, like overhead resistance wise, I don't think you could. I think you'd have to wait for 145 at least. 155. There's a lot of different reversal areas. Like that's one, you know, like 132, the first one. Reversal of the candle close. Okay. Sorry, 181. You see the reversals. Okay. So that'd be it. I mean, like you requested it, right? And I'm not worried about an 886 Gartley. I don't really see one at all. That's okay. I'm just looking at levels. And if you're at a key level and your price action is positively correlating at that level, and you can see it, it's so simple to set a stop loss. You would not want to own it. Your argument becomes to not own chain flip below 77 cents for good reason. The reason why one might own it, why you might own it, because you like it, is because you can see that the sellers have been trying to break this support and they have been failing. And to top it off, you have Trump that came in to save the markets, maybe, right? So there could be good upside potential. 131. I mean, what is that upside potential? That's a good 53% upside just to hit a conservative normal level where it almost always goes to if it hits this support. So this is just the thinking. Like this could be Google, this could be gold, this could be orange juice futures or cattle futures. It's universal. We're looking at a range, obviously, and it's at the bottom of the range. And the good news is we have data at the bottom of the range that is favorable, right? They're holding. The buyers are defending the bottom. They defend it long enough, the sellers relent, and the buyers take back over and push the price right back to where there might be supply, which it pretty much seems like 132 is that level. So stuff like that. And again, this is an education-centric stream. Okay, I'm not saying the long flip chain flip. But I'm saying like this is how someone should be sizing up all markets. This is our compass. This is how we do it. Okay. Traditional technical analysis, all it is a risk management tool. It's not for forecasting. We understand looking at this. We don't act like we know that the asset's going to go to 131. We just know we would not want to own the asset below 77 cents. And we know that something will happen, whether it would get stopped out or it would hit the first target. And then you could have second target, 180, 235, third target, whatever. But that's the way to size up any chart. Okay. Fruit Loops milk, yeah, dude. I remember, man. You think back though, like all the poison in these cereals now. You're a kid, okay, great. It's the 1990s. It's probably completely different now than when we were kids eating cereal. Like it's like straight up slop now. Yeah, Cardano's continuing to pump. It's up 62% right now. I don't know if XRP is still, is it? It is. XRP is still rallying. It's up 33%. Yep, still going, man. Breaking that high from December 3rd. So the price action continues here. The pump is not done. Oh, God. Cinnamon French Toast Crunch was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I would eat that. And then, just the cinnamon crunch or whatever, just the normal one, was insane too. Cookie Crisps, yeah. What other ones? I remember Cookie Crisps. I used to eat that too. There were other ones. And there was Count Chocula. Whatever. Y'all know. Shout out your favorite old cereal from when we didn't know or care about it being so poisonous, okay? The pump is not done, chat. Solana's up 23% now, at near the highs of the day. Okay, 190 could be the target. I mean, It's either 190 or 130. Straight down, straight up. Granted, news catalyst. Yeah, good thing. Maybe we should just look at it since we're talking about all those cereals. Let's take a gander. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. I'm kind of not feeling. This is General Mills, the creator of all our favorite S-coin cereals. Completing an M shape. Well, you just made the lowest lows seen in years. We're talking 4-year lows on General Mills, and currently you're at this inflection point, testing it as resistance, and the trend has not been great, right? So I don't think you're there yet. I don't think this is quite actionable. Nah, nothing sticks out as good here. Really. Okay. I mean, if it rallied, it would probably just make a lower high than the previous size and roll over later. Frosted Flakes with sliced banana. That's something I would eat. Yep. I've done that. Some Carthago, man. What were y'all saying? Waffle Crisps. I had that multiple times. That was so good. Waffle Crisp was amazing. And it got better when it got soggier, too. Yeah, Cocoa Puffs. Then the Cocoa Puffs that are like the Reese's peanut butter, right? The Reese's Cup Puffs or whatever they were. Those were good. Golden Grams. That's like... didn't stand a chance against the newer stuff. But, yeah, that does remind me of being at my grandparents' house eating Golden Grams when I was a kid. Okay. Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, we didn't look at it. Sorry. Big red candle. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I wonder, could this be the end? Double tap at resistance. Bearish and golden candle. Come on, man. You know what would be good for the market? For all those M shapes that haven't really played out yet? This. They would. They sure as heck would play out. The Bitcoin dominance did that. A V-chain and you name it. If it's got an M shape completing where it is right now, you know that goes down. We're in real good shape. But man, stuff like storage, it's time, chat. It's time to long. Time to be long with the stop below 28 cents maybe. And this thing, I'm telling you, like what it's doing right now, the daily is playing ball and the weekly is playing ball at the same time. When you have the daily and the weekly both implying the same thing with structures and price action, it's time. You just, one takes a long because the upside potential is so great. Remember, the upside potential on storage from where it is right now, 114% upside. You have over doubling in price is your target in this situation. But it's the weekly, so you might have to wait a while, but this is just how it's done, man. Is that a compliment or a slight, Jalen? I don't even know who that is. Oh, okay, it's a professional golfer. Do I look like this guy? Yeah, I'm not sure if I do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't really think so. Yeah, anyway, Bitcoin Cash, we didn't look at it. So this is one that had an M shape that started, you know, not really playing ball at the completion zone and started falling lower, but that's okay. You know why? Because buyers are recapturing a very key $300 level. Above that, 372.43. I mean, you just got to think about it. Like, if are we above 314? You got an argument probably for $500 again. That is such a big deal that they're defending the recapture level. Yeah. Just like here, bearish price action correlation, you ran straight to the next support, and then you fell below it. But look, this is a bearish breakdown, dude. But there was no fall through. Right? It's not about the bearish breakdown itself. It's about the fall through. None. Buyers recaptured. engulfing today. So you stop loss probably below $300, and your target's $500. What? The upside on Bitcoin Cash above this $314 level or whatever, it's like 45% upside. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash looks like every other altcoin. Not every other decrypto. No, there's some that don't have that set up.
Lost number 1 seed Mitch, but roll tide. Mind looking at Phil. 1 UP donations down.
Yeah, William, thank you, dude, for the reminder. I know Hoarder told me about that too. I hate when it does that, man. It's like I have to like reset everything. Yeah, and that game, man, I'm just beside myself, man. Like, what a joke. How stupid. Like, really stupid. What are you gonna do, man? Buzzer beater and like really bad basketball. Like, Bama deserved to lose the way they played. Not even joking. Yeah, we'll Filecoin, yeah, that it was one that just wasn't that great because it lost the 886 for sure, like for real, like big time, and but it was at that all-time low support that had been defended so many different times. So at least you got that going for you. One sec. Good Lord. All right, it should probably work now, William, if you want to try or test it, okay? Should be good now. If not, my God, let me know. So Filecoin. Up 10%. So here it is, man. It's like, wow, look what they did, right? It's the level of all levels where the price action occurs here. It was like Solana's 130. It was like XRP at 196. It's just a level where when the price hits it, buyers literally always defended. And they try once, now twice. And now it's, you know, the upside potential on Filecoin, you won't believe it. It's up 10% today, but it's still got another 35% upside if they're just going to take it to the top of the range. It's either 285 or it's $5. 285 or $5. And it chops around for sure all day, every day, right? But like, yeah, I mean, holding this level like this, it could manifest into a good run here. It's already going for the highest daily candle close since the 1st of February. So 1 month highs, wow. What about the CME gap? Hold on. We'll look at the futures, but it doesn't open for another hour and a half, so. William, dude, what's up, Crypto Hoarder, man? I mean, we're looking at it, and that's about it, right? You could say 1 and then 2. A level where people have defended, they're defending again. And thank God for the news-driven catalyst. There wasn't a daily edge. There wasn't really an edge. It just was holding. It's now running. Nice. Chops a lot, but if you were talking about risk management, the closer you are to supports, the better. And when you're at supports, you want 2 tests. You got 1 and it pretty much got 2. But man, if it was not terrible, think about what happened just days ago. Days ago, on this red candle on the 24th of February, it was the lowest daily candle close confirmed since September 11th of 2023. That's just bad, man. But yeah, they never broke support. Buyers defended again. And it even went lower. It was breaking it intraday on the 25th. Oh my God. So yeah, could be a lot of upside, man. So yeah, we didn't look at futures because it's not open yet, but we will. Just see it's gonna be gapped up. It'll just be, it's a huge gap, man. Like, oh my God. But the question was, hey, what gap's going to fill first, 78K or 93.9? Because guess what? We're at 93.9 right now. What? You're at the gap fill. So you'll just be gapping up where the gap is. You won't even be filling the gap, this gap, because it'll be a double gap. So you know it'll probably fill. They sell it off in a hole maybe. But I guess we know 93.9 would be, that's crazy. Yeah, the double gap. There were 2 gaps, and neither are going to fill, well, at least at open, unless, you know, Bitcoin sells off the next 2 hours, 1 hour, 24 minutes, because the futures open at 6 p.m. Eastern, hour, 25 minutes. Okay. So just still looking at this supply line on total. It's wonderful to recapture all these supports. You got to do it, man. It's so imperative to recapture the levels. And it's cool to see that 2.58 trillion was tested as support. That was the target below 2.9 trillion, and they pushed it to that level, and that's where it bottomed. But man, I just want to see a higher high. And if we make a higher high, I then want a higher low. I want all these levels to be reconfirmed as support. So let's maybe keep the pump going. We need a lot more pump. So we can say with the textbook definition, we would have ourselves a trend reversal in the short term. 15 more likes, chat. Let's do this. 15 more or be destroyed. Medic Records, thank you so much, dude, for joining the Patreon. Please be sure to sync up the Patreon to the Discord. Thank you, dude. Thanks for the 1,000 people tuned in. We got 420 likes.
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
Totally legal. Bitcoin, totally legal. Cardano's up 63% right now. XRP up 32.33, repeating of course, percent. IOTA up 25%. Solana up 22%. Pirate Chain up 20%. Pirate Chain was interesting because it was at that support. It was like crazy. It was like, oh my God, like no way. Look what they're doing. You can't believe it. Old successful setup, target 1, target 2, collapsed. Back to entry, actually fell where the stop would be. But then, like right here, they reassess once, they defend, and then twice. And that's what I mean, man. Like forms of local confirmation at key levels increases your probability of a more significant reversal. And if you don't have it, you're flipping coins, you're gambling a lot more. You want to increase your probability. You see 1 and 2, it's just representative of market participants around the world together saying, wow, this really is holding. Okay, let's all buy on the second low. The first low, people will scalp, they'll long, there's already limit bids there. Shorts cover, whatever. Okay, you get a reaction. And then that little reaction eventually fades out, subsides, and you draw it down again for a second test. And the second test can succeed or it can fail. It can fail, you break through it in your all-time lows. Or the buyers are successful in the defense of that level, and you can get more significant rallies. I mean, your target on Pirate Chain is like 25 cents from here. So there's still a lot more upside if this holds. Crazy. And it's a joke coin. I mean, it is supposed to be like a privacy coin, I think. Arr. Dude, man, Bitcoin's going to do its thing. It's going to be there. It's going to be pumping. It's going to be dumping. But traditional technical analysis is always there too. But it's not always. It's always going to be there as a framework. But it's not most of the time. It's not going to be on any asset at any given time. You have to wait and be patient. It takes a lot of time, a lot of consolidation, a lot of favorable price action at key levels. Patterns have to develop. What if there's no gold in Fort Knox? Well, as Trump said to that reporter on Friday, what if a bomb drops on your head? What if? Anything's possible. I mean, we could do 500 likes. I'm sure we can get 500 likes, but it's all good if not. Lind hits a support once and twice, and they were not holding it, but saved by that. This was definitely saved by Trump for sure. I can't believe how perfect this is on B-Chain. Like a perfect bullish bat pattern at the 886 reacting, but again, it's not because V-Chain's worth a crap. It's literally just because Trump tweeted, man. I don't know what kids eat these days. What kind of cereal do the Zoomers eat? Or the alphas, the Gen Alphas, right? I don't even think the Zoomers know what alphas eat. Type of cereal. Gender neutral, high fructose corn syrup bites. Something like that. Tide Pods? No, that's Gen Z for sure. Gen Z were the ones, they were the Tide Pod eaters. Okay, so Ethereum is pretty much at the highs of the day. So the altcoin pump is continuing. Bitcoin's stalling out. It's just sideways. It's been sideways for about an hour, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours now. But the altcoins, not the same at all. Like this engulfing candle on Ethereum is continuing to climb, up $300 from the lows. 25.18, but still, like we gotta have more. I need a higher high and a higher low. I want 2400 to be support. Bill Gates, bug bites, polyprofit, maybe, yeah. Sounds really appetizing. Yeah. Okay. Chat right now. Ethereum up 14% highs of day, continuing to pump. So, Eric Trump, we need 2,900 pretty much to break even. So we're still about 12.8% off of Eric Trump's tweet. He will be exonerated once that happens. But couldn't he have just waited a couple weeks and told us to buy down here? Remember, this thing was down 26% at the lows from his tweet to buy Ethereum, think later. So it's like you could have done a better job. You could just waited to the dump, one more dump. Well, we're pumping. Ethereum is pumping right now, chat. Highs of day. Hey song for Ethereum. Just kidding. There hasn't been a hey song on Ethereum since 2021. All right, pumping harder and harder. I would imagine it's got a date with the supply line. 2,700, so maybe we got this much more upside, about 8% more upside before we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests. We'll get a 7th. Damn, this thing might be up 20% by the close this evening. How about that weekly where it looked so grim, man? Weekly, look at the log scale channel it's been contained within. From June of 2022 all the way to February 2025. It broke it. And it was below the 200-week moving average. And it was so bad earlier this week. And now they're recapturing that 200-week moving average. You can't even believe it, can you? It's like all hope is lost for crypto and Ethereum, whatever. And then they do this. Yep, it is psychotic. Schizo. It's crypto. Don't really like this song. It's kind of terrible, dude. Sorry about subjecting you to it. Okay. Nevertheless, though, defending levels, holding up and pumping at highs of the day, and may not stop till at least 2,700. Okay, man. Well, I just want to come live for the pump, you know, and just kind of assess how things are, and know that if you miss these pumps on these bigger ones, just know there are ones out there that, like, okay, maybe it's just the beginning for ones like Shiba. Just to be, okay, well, if this is the big old M shape that took how many days again? It has now taken 200 days. That's a massive M shape. And it's perfect too. It is by the book, textbook. I mean, it's beautiful. So, and it's completing at an inflection point that is so real. You cannot argue with its validity. So if this was actually we're gonna get like the D wave completes and we're gonna rally, this has so much upside. Now, you would not want to own Shiba below 1,300, but you could definitely want to own it above 1,300 with this type of M shape completing and this type of price action. So it's very interesting here. Okay, think about if it just goes to maybe back to 2,700, like 80% upside. It's wild. And we had looked at these already. Some of these ones like Dash that are like just M shapes completing at key levels. They're at the bottom, easy to manage risk, and you know your upside potential. That's good. That's pretty good. Comp has an M shape completing, not really at a key level per se, but still beautiful. But we've seen they look like this and they blow up. They do so well. Not always, but man. And then again, basic attention tokens, just like, wow, you can't even believe how perfect it is right here. Easy to manage risk with max upside. I don't even Tezos did have it. Tezos, you can't believe it, man. Tezos, highs of the day up 12.2%. You can't believe it. They did it. So, levels defended. And now if you break this 86-cent level, there very well could be insane upside. 145. Just like here. If you're falling below 145, you can't even back test 145. Your target's easily 86 cents. We got there. And now it's like if they defend key levels and you break a key resistance, there could be max upside. It could be back to 145. So just pay attention. Like, man, these patterns developed over a long period of time, and it's like EOS is a scam coin, but it's perfect framework. All right, we got 500 likes. Thank you all so much. Jesus Chums for that. Really appreciate that. Yeah, be sure to join the Discord. If you haven't, it's free to join the Discord. I mean, nearly 15,000 members, very active, moderated to keep the quality really good, family friendly. And it's just you're connected to a group of like-minded individuals that we all care about technical analysis and risk management and trading. Nothing degenerate, you know. We'll leave the rest of the internet for that. So Discord link Brad just pinned or just pinged or just posted in the chat. Yeah, join the Discord. You want to do it. You get because like you could be subscribed to my channel too. And if I go live at a random time like I did today, YouTube notifications will fail you. So okay, so it's crazy to see stuff like XRP, Cardano, just beyond insane. But I think it's good to just be looking at these lesser thans that are just, at least we can say the framework's there. At least we know we got good upside potential if it doesn't fail. If it fails, oh, okay, whatever. You have a line in the sand and an argument to not own something like EOS below 52 cents, but above it, 83 cents, $1.06 or higher. Okay. So I'll just leave y'all with that, man. I don't know what else more I could say, you know. Crazy stuff. Thank God for Trump, man. Thank God. Matt, no, I mean, when you join the Patreon, you're virtually supporting this stream, right? You're like an avid viewer of the stream, and you want this daily. You want me to, you know, do this a lot and be here for free and never monetize, never make you watch ads. It's an e-learning thing. It's like the creators of the internet, I feel like they envisioned something like this stream. Crowdsourced. No catch. Just, oh, you want to support the guy? You can voluntarily if you want. But I've never asked for a dime. Like, yeah, if you want to see something, yeah, there's a request amount, sure. But I've never been like, hey man, tip me. Hey man, donate to stream. Never, ever have I said donate to stream. Because you don't have to. Because it's like, this is all for you. And one day I'll be gone and all this stuff will still be here. So I'm just leaving a legacy every day I stream. And there's education segments every stream. And so hopefully at least one person watching is going to get value out of it. And it, maybe for people that have been trying, eventually it will click and they'll get it. And they'll be like, oh, so this is what real technical analysis is. Not a forecasting tool, a risk management tool, and it's only a game of probabilities, no certainties. Okay, so wonderful day for crypto. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though, and understand we got a lot of work to do still. If you want a good short-term trend reversal on Bitcoin, we need a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Thank you, Dow Jones. So got about an hour and 9 minutes until stock market futures and Bitcoin futures open. We'll be looking at the double gap. I'm sure that'll fill. It's so small. You fill on the new week and then you rally off of it, hopefully. But we'll see what happens. Trump saved the day. So I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
Turd nuggets.